So it seems that it's a big week for the Sons of Sanguinius, with their Blood Angels getting their big launch box at the end of the week. Let's talk about the box set's contents and pricing, and whether or not it's looking like a good deal for the money. Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics, where today we're talking Blood Angels, and it seems that Games Workshop have followed up the Agents of the Imperium really quite swiftly with a Sons of Sanguinius release. The launch box for the new Blood Angels Codex with Asterath, Lamates, and the Codex in it, all going to be going on pre-order at the end of the week, and it seems that we've got pricing confirmed at least in US dollars. Over the past few weeks, Games Workshop has been showcasing their new Blood Angels miniatures. First up, we had the reveal of the launch box itself, the one that's going for a pretty Death Company's theme with the Jump Chaplains. Then we've had a Captain, Sanguinary Priest, Sanguinor, and Sanguinary Guard. It seems that for this week, as expected, it's just the launch box only. This is the same way that they did the Deathwing and the Kroot launch boxes. That set comes out first, and then there's a bit of a wait for the actual codex and kits to drop individually. This one's going to be going up for pre-order at the end of the week on Saturday the 24th of August, so a full release in Games Workshop stores for the 7th of September. As it goes, the pricing is actually a little bit better than I expected it might have been. Looks like it's a better deal, at least on paper, versus plenty of recent Games Workshop Battle Forces, and I suspect that as a result, it's going to be really quite a popular one, even if admittedly quite a lot of the miniatures are a bit more generic Space Marines than they are Blood Angels. Should be a pretty interesting time seeing the rules previews for the Blood Angels though. We've already had that teaser that Mephiston is gaining Lone Operative. Hopefully there'll be a few more fun changes, and fingers crossed they wind up being one of the fun exciting codexes in 40k 10th edition, as opposed to getting what the Dark Angels and Custodies got at launch. Here's the content of the box set and the pricing. It does appear that it's $230, as I'd expected really. That was the price estimate that I used when the box came out. In the box set we've got new Lamates, new Asterath the Grim, 10 Jump Intercessors and 10 Assault Intercessors and 1 Brutalis Dreadnought. All of those could either be fielded as their standard versions in Codex Space Marines, or take the black, use the Death Company upgrade sprue that comes in the box set, and be fielded as Death Company with Eviscerators, Jump Death Company, or the Death Company Dreadnought, which will basically be a paint scheme kind of unit as a variant on the Brutalis Dreadnought. On top of that, you get Codex Blood Angels with the limited edition cover and the data cards for Blood Angels as well. And all of this one's going to be for $230 or 280 Canadian, which should translate to £140 or 180 euros, judging by Games Workshop's previous box sets. As expected, it is a pretty pricey one, but Games Workshop Battle Forces normally are these days. As we'll see in a second, it does look like the on-paper discount is better than their average here, particularly given that you get the codex and the data cards included. So nice to see that something's an unusually good deal if you did want all the contents. I suspect that this one's going to be really quite a big release, and if you wanted to pick it up a bit cheaper, there's plenty of discount retailers links down in the video description. Element Games in the UK for around about 15 to 20% off normally, Gap Games in Australia for 21% off, Fenris Workshop in Canada for 10% off, and Wargame Portal in the USA for 15% off. All of those can save a fair bit of money versus Games Workshop, and anything bought through those links in the video description helps to support the channel and keep all the videos coming. Here are the pre-order times for those stores. It's midnight Eastern Time for Wargame Portal and Fenris Workshop, 10 AM for Element in the UK, and midday Australian Eastern Time for Gap Games. If you're absolutely certain that you are going to pick up one of these, I'll probably try and be there at least fairly early. Games Workshop is kind of notorious for not always producing enough of their 40k battle forces, particularly the popular ones. The Deathwing Assault one earlier in the year that's kind of the equivalent of that did go very quickly, though there was a bit more supply of the Kroot one, and it's hard to say which way this one will go, to be honest. In any case, I suspect that there'd be more of these produced versus things like the Chaos Space Marine ones, which were in very short supply. Taking a quick look through the models, let's take a look as to how much of a discount it is versus Games Workshop standards. For the two properly new miniatures in the box, we've got the Jump Chaplains, new Lamates, the Fallen Chaplain with enough willpower to lead his Death Company charges into battle. He's really quite strong in game at the moment, appearing in loads of competitive lists, making Death Company into a next level threat. His new miniature's got a bit more of an on-the-ground pose, ready to lay about the enemy with his Blood Crozius. A great big skull on his shoulder pad has generally been received at least fairly well by fans. The other completely new sculpture for the box is the new miniature for Asterath the Grim. He's the sinister executioner chaplain of the Death Company, ready to lay them low if the Black Rage should send them too mad. His sculpture was really quite similar to the original one, just bigger and a bit more finely executed, with the sort of muscled armor plates, axe held aloft, and big swooping black pinions. Judging by named character prices for Games Workshop, I suspect that both of these will be in the region of £28 or $45 when they release individually. Otherwise, the rest of the box miniature-wise is essentially new Death Company. Basically, it's assault intercessors and jump intercessors plus an upgrade sprue, which is a bit of a shame, and I feel like a bit of a downgrade versus a tailored Death Company kit as we have for the Firstborn. It will be a big shake-up to the Sons of Sanguinius, no more Power Fists or Inferno Pistols en masse. Though now they're represented by an upgrade sprue, it means that this box set has absolutely tons of copies of that upgrade sprue, judging by what Games Workshop said earlier. And it does have some fun details like the Black Templar and Dark Angels ones. For the intercessors, there's a squad of 10 assault intercessors and then 2 squads of 5 jump intercessors. Separately, these are priced at £40 or $62 or £37 and $60 for the 2 sets of jump intercessors, so make up quite a good amount of the price of the box overall. They'll be upgraded with this upgrade sprue, $35 or £21 usually from Games Workshop if its one's the same as the Black Templar and Dark Angels ones. There's a fair few fun aesthetic details, plenty of shoulder pads, and probably the most interesting bit is the dual-wield Eviscerator, which looks like it's going to be an option for the Death Company unit. There's one singular Inferno pistol as well, so I guess that would be a special armament for them as well. According to their previous article, they said that 4 sets are included in the box. Then bringing the serious muscle to the box set, we've got the Brutalis Dreadnought, £50 or $80 separately. This one very much felt like an update of the standard Furioso Dreadnought before, but aimed at standard Space Marines as opposed to just for Blood Angels. It looks like the upgrade sprue doesn't really interact with this one all that much, though to be honest it does keep a similar sort of feel to the Furioso in my opinion. If this is the standard Death Company Dreadnought though, it probably means that the Librarian and Furioso pattern Dreadnoughts are not going to be on sale anymore. Then for the paper contents of the box set, we've got Codex Supplement Blood Angels. These tend to be priced significantly less than a standard Codex due to the fact that they're basically an add-on, $35 or around £20 normally. The box set will have big appeal as this is the first place that you can buy the Codex if you're an avid Blood Angels collector. As mentioned, it sounds like it's likely to release here and then probably be several weeks wait until the Blood Angels Codex comes out. The one in the limited box gets a limited edition cover that you can see here. Then the one that will be separate has a bit more of a standard one with the Blood Angels Intercessor on it. Games Workshop gave us a couple of sneak teasers as to what's going to be happening with it. It's confirmed to be 3 detachments like the Dark Angels one. One will be Sons of Sanguinius or an updated version of it. Then another one pretty much has to be Death Company. I'd guess maybe the third might be Veterans and Sanguinary Guard focused, though I guess we'll see. They also confirmed that there's 15 datasheets in the book. I believe there's 19 in Codex Blood Angels currently. Some of them feel like they're highly likely to be written out. The 2 versions of Tycho, Gabriel Seth, and Brother Corbulo all seem like they're kind of unlikely to get included given that they don't have any new miniatures coming out with this. Plus the Furioso and Librarian Dreadnought are likely to go away. I guess the Bile Predator might be a little bit at risk, though hopefully that manages to stick around. From Games Workshop social media teasers as well, it sounds like there's going to be no option to field a jump pack Sanguinary Priest, and between those it sounds like they'd actually be losing more datasheets than we do otherwise. I guess one will be made up by the unique datasheet for the Blood Angels Captain that they have coming out. Beyond that though, I'm not 100% what will stay and what will go. Will be interesting once we get the unit list. Then we've got the Blood Angels datasheet cards. These ones are normally £20, €27 or $35 individually. Games Workshop's preview said that there would be 18 datasheets here, 15 standard ones from the Codex, and then 3 Combat Patrol ones. It seems that the Combat Patrol is led up by the new Blood Angels Captain. Games Workshop have also said that there's Sanguinary Guard in there, so it looks like that new Combat Patrol box set will be 1 Captain, at least 1 squad of Sanguinary Guard, and maybe more, and then we don't know what the 3rd unit is. I guess when the Codex news comes out, that's to reveal the contents of the Combat Patrol to us. Overall, putting that all together, we know it's $230 and working with £140 or €180. That's to mean overall we're getting on for around about double the value of the box set's price in terms of how Games Workshop would sell it individually. a discount of around about 47%, even if you just ignored all the upgrade sprues and you didn't have any use for them whatsoever. If you did count the cost of the upgrade sprues into the equation, it looks like more like a 60% sort of discount, which is honestly looking spectacularly better than standard Games Workshop offerings here. This one far outcompetes the Crew Tour Deathwing box sets, at least compared with how you'll be able to buy these kits separately. As ever with these sort of combined discount offerings, you do have to have actual value for all of these. I feel like in general Blood Angels collectors will probably do okay for it though. I feel like even if you do have loads of Assault Intercessors, they might not be very convenient to field as new style Death Company, painted black with Eviscerators on them. Plus I feel like not everyone's picked up a Brutalis Dreadnought yet, given that that didn't really release all that very long ago. For points in the box, it feels kind of middling, around about maybe 700 points in the box, very roughly. Obviously, we don't know the exact pricing of the Death Company units yet. That's reported around about 3.1 points per dollar at $230, which maybe isn't awful for Space Marines, but not spectacularly great either. Overall, I feel like the box set's probably going to be pretty popular. It does genuinely look like a pretty good discount deal compared with if you wanted to buy all content separately, and does seem much better than Games Workshop's normal for Battle Force offerings. The upgrade sprues do seem kind of handy to have around as well. If you are a long-term Blood Angels collector, you have quite a lot of shoulder pads going out of those, and a bunch of those that are tailored to map to other armor parts, which is handy. Both the new characters were at least fairly well received, maybe a bit better than the new Sanguinary Guard at least. Otherwise, for criticisms and downsides, I still think that the main criticism of the box is that the Death Company are basically intercessors plus upgrades. I think that was always going to disappoint people a little bit versus entirely custom built sculpts, like say maybe the Dark Angels Deathwing Knights got. So it really does depend on whether or not you want lots of intercessors to paint up black and give Eviscerators to. We also don't have 100% confirmation on what's in the Combat Patrol from Games Workshop yet. They've showcased that the new captain is in there, plus the Sanguinary Guard, and we don't know what else. Will be useful to be able to weigh that up against it, but at least from that it sounds like they've designed them so that you could potentially pick up the Combat Patrol box set and this, and you'd have really quite a good chunk of the new style Blood Angels miniatures. In any case, let me know your thoughts on the box set. I feel like compared with Games Workshop's normal, the price isn't too bad on this one. Obviously with all the usual caveats that Warhammer's quite expensive and the box does have downsides. Let me know if you'd be tempted to pick it up or not, and as mentioned, feel free to check out the discount retailers when they go live at the weekends if you'd like to save a bit of money and support Auspex Tactics a little. Finally, while we're on the subject of Blood Angels launch boxes, I thought I'd just mention the channel giveaway, which for September is going to be for a bunch of copies of either Blood Angels Battle Forces or Imperial Agent Ordo Battle Forces. There'll be a big 8 different winners, and each one of those gets to choose which one of those they'd like. As ever, there'll be 2 equal ways to enter, both of them linked down in the video description. Either you can support the channel on Patreon for any amount each month, that gets you automatic entry into the giveaways, and is the main thing that helps keep all the videos coming. Or you can boost the algorithms by supporting on social media completely for free. To do that, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, and then to actually enter the draw, there's a giveaway post that appears on the 1st of September on the Facebook page. Respond to that post with a photo of any 40k mini or imagery, along with your name and the date handwritten within the same photo. That last bit is just to stop Facebook bots and spammers. That post is active for just over 24 hours, and then after that, I finish the giveaway and do the draw, and the winners get announced on the channel update video on the 4th of September, and I'll get in touch with you guys to ask which box sets you'd like. The draws are done with a random number generator, and everyone's entered once equally. In any case, feel free to check out the Patreon page and the Facebook page down in the video description, and there'll certainly be further giveaways like this each and every month here on the channel. In any case though, let me know your thoughts. Would you be tempted to pick up the Blood Angels army set or not? What do you make of this price? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and any hopes or fears for Codex Blood Angels. I'll certainly be looking forward to reviewing the Codex once we get it. Finally, if you'd like to help support the channel, I would just like to mention that Auspex Tactics does have that Patreon page, and there's a few other advantages besides giveaway things. Seeing certain videos early, regular votes to see what sort of things happen next on the channel, an automatic entry into the giveaways, and a few other things like names in the credits and things. If any of that sounds good to you, or you'd just like to help support, the link is down in the video description. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.